The third Radiance release in the US, I believe, is Fill Her Up with Super. I cannot speak French, so I probably butchered that a lot. But so these Radiance releases are very interesting to me. These are, and I've explained it in the previous video that I've done before. Fill Her Up with Super is a road comedy. It's a French road comedy. I see here that held by French critics as one of the greatest French films of all time. I don't know about that one because I haven't been able to see a list and see that, but Fill Her Up with Super, pretty much a buddy comedy. All four actors knew each other apparently, but I can give you pretty much like the rundown. So there's a guy that's trying to deliver this car to this client. He was pretty much forced to go. His wife hates him because of it. Their relationship is on the rocks. He brings his sort of bi-curious friend. It's not really, I don't think, explained that well in the film, but he brings them along, and they just go and they pick up these two really sketchy people by accident, and they're forced to pretty much go on with them onto this journey. And the more that they sort of uncover themselves, the more toxic masculinity. I don't even know if that's even looked at in this. It's a very strange film because I think that the way that Alain Cavalier, that he directed this, I think he wanted to have it both ways. I think he wanted to sort of have it as this black comedy and also as this sort of look into the relationships that men have with each other, and that they are emotional resonance human beings or whatever like that. I don't think it's really a study on toxic masculinity as much as it is just the relationship just between either hurt or how we deal with that, and as me talking as a man of how we deal with that, because there is, and it is uncovered throughout the whole entire movie, that one of the guys that is pretty much no good has a ex-wife and a son that he no longer has contact with. I don't know if it's ever really established in the film, but it's obvious that he's very hurt about it, and that in some ways, like, that is maybe the catalyst of his bad behavior, maybe, but we're not really. And of course, like, the movie like makes it sort of ambiguous of what it goes along with. I know that the characters themselves are pretty one-noted, besides that one character that I spoke of. I do think that the film has a sort of resonance about it, and whenever it comes to the cinematography, and it definitely has a vibe about it, a very strange vibe, and I can't really put my finger on it. I think it's because of just how warm the film looks, and how well that the exterior shots were, and how the actors themselves, even though that they knew each other, they played off of each other decently, I think. But mostly it was just this sort of like melting pot and what these guys could do. And I do think that the movie is worth looking into, even though that it isn't like a perfect movie, and the comedic moments in this are kind of questionable. I do think it probably should have worked as better as like this sort of this sort of this drama of with these two guys that like are very dangerous, and I don't think that was played up upon. But maybe that was sort of like the main intent, was that these guys are, even though that they seem dangerous, they sort of have this soft shell or whatever like that. But maybe it could have just been done a little bit better. But I don't think it was, I don't think it was supposed to be made in that sort of way. I think it was supposed to be this sort of loose movie, and I do think I think it accomplished that. And if you're looking to get a sort of, because the previous two Radiance films are very rough, kind of like Rough Edge and stuff. If you want something a little bit lighter with a little bit more like human emotion tendencies or whatever like that, something not as sociopathic as the first two films. Even though that like a Big Time Gambling Boss, I mean, I can't say that. There's a lot of human emotions there. But if you want something that's a little bit more lighter, then I think Fill Her Up with Super is definitely the Radiance release to get. So thanks guys again for checking this video out. I appreciate it.